How to rebuild trust after it's been broken. Move on. Stay with me, this story might change the way you heal. Meet Ethan and Grace. They had been together for 4 years. They laughed together, dreamed together, and believed nothing could ever break what they had built. Then one mistake changed everything. Grace discovered Ethan had hidden an important truth from her. It wasn't the biggest lie, but it shattered the trust they once shared. Grace didn't scream, she didn't argue. She simply became quiet. Sometimes silence carries far more pain than the loudest words ever could. Ethan apologized over and over, but he quickly learned something painful. Saying, "I'm sorry," can take seconds. Rebuilding trust can take months. Here's the first lesson. Trust isn't rebuilt through promises. It's rebuilt through consistent actions repeated every single day. Imagine dropping a beautiful glass vase. You can glue every piece back together, but only patience and careful effort make it strong enough to hold again. Ethan stopped making excuses. Instead, he answered every difficult question honestly, even when the truth made him uncomfortable. Slowly, Grace noticed something different. Ethan wasn't trying to convince her with words anymore. He was letting his actions speak for him. So here's my question for you. If trust was broken once, would you give someone another chance to earn it? Days turned into weeks. Ethan stayed consistent. He didn't pressure Grace to trust him again. Instead, he quietly showed up every day with honesty, patience, and accountability. Grace still had questions. Some days she smiled, other days the pain returned unexpectedly. Healing wasn't moving in a straight line, and Ethan finally understood that. Here's the second lesson. If you truly want to rebuild trust, don't become frustrated by someone's healing process. You created the wound, you can't control the recovery. Think about someone recovering from surgery. You wouldn't expect them to run the next day. Emotional wounds deserve the same patience as physical ones. One evening, Grace quietly asked, "How do I know this won't happen again?" Ethan didn't defend himself. He simply answered with complete honesty. Ethan said, "I can't erase what I did, but every decision I make from today forward will show you the man I'm choosing to become." That answer didn't instantly rebuild Grace's trust, but it gave her something more important, a reason to believe that change was possible. Real change isn't loud. It's seen in the little things, keeping promises, being transparent, showing up on time, and telling the truth even when it's uncomfortable. Months later, Grace noticed something she hadn't felt in a long time. She no longer checked Ethan's words because actions had become consistent enough to speak for themselves. So let me ask you, if someone genuinely changes, should their past define them forever? Here's the final lesson. Trust doesn't return because time passes. It returns because two people choose honesty, consistency, and patience every single day. 6 months later, Ethan and Grace sat in the same cafe where they had their first date. This time, they weren't pretending everything was perfect. They were choosing to be real. Grace looked at Ethan and quietly said, "I still remember the pain, but I also see the effort you've made every single day." Ethan smiled and replied, "I don't expect you to forget. I only hope my actions keep giving you new reasons to believe in me." Think about rebuilding a house after a storm. You don't paint the walls first, you strengthen the foundation. Relationships heal the same way. The strongest couples aren't the ones who never make mistakes. They're the ones willing to take responsibility, learn, and grow together after the mistake. Sometimes rebuilding trust also means accepting that forgiveness can't be forced. It must grow naturally through repeated actions, not repeated promises. Grace finally realized something important. Ethan wasn't asking for another chance with words anymore. He had been earning it through the way he lived every day. They chose to move forward, not because the past disappeared, but because they refused to let one mistake define the rest of their story. So here's my question for you. If someone truly accepted responsibility, consistently changed, and patiently earned your trust again, would you give them a second chance? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your story might help someone who's struggling to heal.